Van Beek drives out towards David Lloyd. In fact, a long way away from David Lloyd. He's got a chase on. He's not going to get there. And it's 4 more runs to Van Beek. That went a long way further back of square than I imagined it had done initially. And in comes Rees again and bowls a full toss that's driven down the ground for 4 by Van Beek. That wasn't a good delivery at all. I know he's trying to give it every opportunity to swing, but it just swung straight to the middle of Logan Van Beek's bat. Compton still standards. This next delivery is driven and over the head of Martin Andersson, down to, yep, you guessed it, 3rd man for 4 runs. Van Beek is just going along nicely. Did he touch it? As Rees is in, that one is driven at. It looked like he was trying to drive it into the offside.
I might go, you know.
It's got an inside edge that's gone all the way to the boundary for 4. This outfield is lightning quick.
Bowled to Van Beek, short outside off stump, chopped away to the cover boundary for enough width. And Van Beek seeing the ball very well this early Saturday morning. Bowls outside off stump, cut away by Van Beek to the boundary for 4 more. Well, that was not the best over that Zach Chappell has bowled on this ground.
Around the wicket comes Rees to bowl to Scrivener, goes back and guides that out.
Guess where?
Oh, it's got the 3rd man again. Initially, I thought it had, I didn't see it come off the bat, I apologise. I thought it was going out to David Lloyd.
And bowls, drive and wide of Wayne Madsen, down to find 3rd man for 4 more. Well, Madsen has his chin in his hands momentarily, can't quite believe.
He's not that far off another 50 himself. Oh, struck on the pad, big appeal. I think more out. So he's been given. He's been given. I thought it was out of desperation because it seemed to stop, and Scriven is finally out for 38, leaving poor old Logan Van Beek. The pad, there's a big appeal and he's been given, and Kame's gone as well, and the 2 opening bowlers have got a wicket each inside the first 15 deliveries, and Leicestershire are so on top in this game.
Van Beek in, bowls, Madsen drives very pleasantly, best shot of the morning so far, and that is going to run away to deep extra cover for 4. Lovely shot from Wayne Madsen, just slightly over pitched from Logan Van Beek, and in goes Van Beek, and he over pitches to Wayne Madsen, who drives him away through extra cover for 4. That was a genuine half volley to him, and that's another because that's driven away as well. Wasn't quite as full as the previous delivery, but it was full enough, and Madsen this time took a bit of a step and drove it much straighter. It was a straighter delivery, but
he's into bowl to Caleb Jewell, who gets a bottom edge, and that one goes, well, to the right of the wicketkeeper in the end. He's left-handed, Jewell, so that'll tell you that he got the bottom edge, and it went
to Madsen, who whips him away through square leg for 4. That sat up nicely, and Green raises his eyes to the heaven. Madsen, flick of the wrist, just sort of dismissed it.
Scriven is in around the wicket. That is driven for 4. There we go. Caleb Jewell's actually middled one, and that will feel very nice for the Australian. The 32nd delivery he's faced, but Scriven bowls and he's driven for 4. Out towards the cover boundary, slightly over pitched, and given the treatment, there was a dive from Rian Ahmed, but he couldn't get to the ball.
And bowls, that could be a shout for leg before he's gone. Madsen has gone. It stayed perhaps a bit low, but that is a huge wicket. He was looking in super nick, Wayne Madsen, but
Jewell on 20, drives a little uppishly, but he's going to get 4 runs for it, I fancy. Ben Mike's giving chase, but that's racing away, not only down the hill but across this lightning quick outfield.
Driven for 4 as well. Just over pitches, Jewell got out to it, drove it very straight back past Green to the long off boundary for 4. Well, that won't make Hanscom or indeed Green feel. Bowles looking to drive again, thick inside edge from Jewell. It runs out to mid-on. And that is lunch. Well, Derbyshire take lunch in their reply to Leicestershire's first innings on 484 on 50.
Things driven this next delivery by Caleb Jewell. That'll be 4 out towards the cover boundary. Looks at the toe end of his bat again. That's not the first time he's inspected the toe end of his bat. Oh, and he was left hanging there by... Here is Van Beek again, and that one is crashed away for 4 more. That was a bit of width that hasn't really been offered by the Leicestershire bowlers. It was offered by a number of Derbyshire bowlers on occasion. As Van Beek bowls, that keeps low, strikes the pad, and the finger goes up, and Brooke Guest is out for a 25-ball duck. And a second wicket for Logan Van Beek. Derbyshire already in trouble. A 66 for 4 now.
And bowls, and there's another beautifully hit shot out through the offside, and it picks up 4 as well. There is a sweeper out there now, and Buttinger dive to his right in front of the Upton Steel stand. And bowl short wide, cut again, and that's going to beat 4 more, this time a long way in front of square. In fact, he's sort of slapped it out towards almost sort of long off, really.
Very strange shot.
Van Beek is in and bowls, and that is going to be 4 runs from the bat of Lewis Rees. It was a little bit short, little bit wide. He stood up tall and cracked it away behind square on the offside. Again, a lovely sound.
Bowls to Jewell, who goes back, and that off and away. There's a half century for Caleb Jewell, a 3rd successive half century for Caleb Jewell. Moves to 52 with that boundary. Around the wicket comes Green to Rees, who flicks this away. I'm sure he's got something on it. Yep, it's 4 runs down to a very fine leg. Green off target there, and Rees took advantage to move into double figures. He goes on to 11, 113. I find that bizarre.
Around the wicket goes Scriven and bowls. Big drive from Rees, caught behind. Finally essays an aggressive shot, Lewis Rees, and he pays the penalty. Went for the big drive, got the edge, taken by Cox, and the partnership as Scriven bowls outside off stump, cut away for 4 by Dahl. You hear the ball thumping into the advertising.
This one is driven by Jewell.
Shot.
Down the ground, 4 runs. A despairing dive from Logan Van Beek. On drive, and Jewell moves into the 70s. 73 he has now from 95 balls. Here is Ben Green beginning a new over. That's driven aerially and just beyond the grasp of the man diving. I think it's Louis Kimber.
As Mike comes charging down the slope and bowled him. Middle stump is out of the ground. That stayed horribly low to Caleb Jewell. Oh, it looked to stay horribly low. It was, well, how short of a length was it? It was short of a length, and it did stay low. The stump, I think, pulled around the corner for 4. I don't think Ben Green is going to get there. He tries. He runs to his left and dives and sticks out his left hand.
Holland is in. That one is driven. Possibly for 4, definitely for 4, out towards the extra cover boundary. There is a fielder giving chase, but he's not going to get there. He doesn't get there.
Mike bowls on driven. Scriven. Oh, I thought he was going to get across there. That's unscriven-like. He scrambled across to his left to straight mid-on. Couldn't quite get. Scriven is in and bowls full. Bounces past both. Threads the eye of the needle between the reaching Kimber. Kimber reaching to his right.
Disappointed as Mike bowls, and that one is crashed away to the backward point boundary for 4 by Martin Andersson. It's a half century.
Is in and bowls. Chappell swats it up in the air. This time it could be caught, and it brilliantly caught by Ben Green running to his right at deep square. Took it two-handed. It probably would have been 6, but it has eventually paid off. The Mike short.
Here comes Van Beek into Andersson, who drives down the ground. That's a really nice shot. Is it going to go all the way for 4? It's not. It's been stopped on the boundary, but he's got to his century with a couple of runs there. Martin Andersson. Final ball of the day then. In comes Van Beek, and it's guided. No, don't take the single. They've taken the single. I don't know why. Tickner moves on to 13. But the man of the moment, Martin Andersson, at the close, is 101 not out.